Alright guys, I think you know the drill by now. It's a new year, I'm back at college, that means I have a new place to live. And this is by far the most interesting place that I've been able to show you yet. I'm really happy with the way I've got this apartment set up. It is my first ever apartment, by the way, and I can't wait to show it to you. Also, I have had a head cold for about a week now, so please pardon my voice if it sounds a little bit nasally and bad. Anyway, one of the first unique things about this room, not only does the front door not open into a foyer, but it actually opens up into the bedroom. Get that down there. That's the front door. That's a bedroom. The reasoning for that will make sense in just a minute here. And you can see I've got my whole little bedroom set up. I've got a full-size bed. I got this little thing down here. Actually, I pulled this off as a display model at Walmart. One of those things where they'll sell the floor model after they've discontinued it, so that was a good deal. I think it makes the bed look pretty good. Behind it there, I've got two lamps that are on a switch by the door. I had to do a little bit of jerry-rigging and things and running wires around to make that work. So you come in, you're able to turn the lights on. I got one of my grandpa's paintings that I hung above the bed just to add a little bit of color to the room, as well as just some like cheap Walmart type of furniture that you spend half your life trying to put together, including this little towel rack here. And that's about it as far as the actual bedroom part goes. On the other side of the door, I have an open closet where I just hang all my stuff on these racks. One thing you might notice about this room is that it was definitely designed for taller people, which makes me happy. I'm over 6 feet tall, and I still have to reach up to get to these. Any shorter, this top shelf and these hangers might not even be useful without a stepladder. Just a little word of warning there. And then on the other side is a little partition. I've set up a little chest of drawers thing. That took forever to put together, I can tell you that much. A laundry hamper fan and my air purifier for my oh-so-lovely allergies that I get every single spring. And a nice little IKEA lamp, too. Add a little more light to the room. So, you might be thinking, okay, so you come in the bedroom, big deal, that's kind of neat. What else is neat about the place? Well, I haven't looked up yet. Let's head up, 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 and what do you see up there? That is the ceiling from the original 1906, I want to say, warehouse that I am living in. This is actually a loft apartment, meaning that they took an old warehouse, subdivided it into apartment units, and made a whole apartment building out of it. The ceiling in this place is somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 feet tall, so it can be a little difficult to heat and cool, but I have to admit, it does look pretty neat. You can see all the wiring, pipes, and everything are all exposed up there. I've got this old column, which I'll show you in a little more detail in a minute. Before I forget, I'll just give you a quick look in the bathroom. I mean, this is pretty much, it's a very spacious bathroom. I have to canon that. See, I got tile floors. Pretty standard bath-shower combo. How exciting, there's a toilet. I got a nice wide sink area. Only real criticism, it would have been nice if they put a medicine cabinet on this wall instead of having 3 towel racks, but that's just a minor thing. I mean, this is a very spacious bathroom, pretty average looking, but definitely gets the job done well. Never would have expected to have a bathroom this big in a 1-bedroom apartment. So, we'll come out here, and notice how this doorway is basically just like a pseudo wall. I mean, it doesn't touch the ceiling, they just give you a little doorway to walk through to the rest of the apartment. And when you come in here, you have the kitchen area. Got more Walmart assembled furniture, a little shelf that I stole from my other dorms. I mean, look how perfectly that fits next to the column. Couldn't have planned that one any better. Here's that real neat column that sticks up in the middle of the room. You see, it goes up there. I forgot what they call these things. They're in a lot of old warehouses, parking garages, and stuff all the way up to the 1970s. See, it's got some of the original spray paint from when this place was a warehouse. It's a pretty neat feature. And the middle part of the room has this kind of like laminate tile you'd find in a lot of office buildings and other places. Works pretty well. You see, I've got kind of like, this is almost the halfway point between a full fridge and a mini fridge. It's plenty of room just for me. I've got my waffle iron and toaster on top of it. Once again, you'll notice that this place was built for tall people, even if it doesn't look it on camera because the ceiling is so high in comparison. I can tell you again, I'm about 6 feet tall. I can comfortably reach the space in these cabinets. That doesn't mean that everybody else could. So I'm definitely glad to be tall living in a place like this. It's a real nice little kitchen. Kitchen sink's a little small. That's the only criticism I could have. It's hard to do anything in here without it splashing everywhere. But still, I mean, what makes up for this 100 times is having this little dishwasher. A dishwasher in an apartment like this is pretty hard to come by, and I was very impressed when that was on the list of amenities in this place. It's a nice little dishwasher, does a good job. I've also got this kind of like half an oven here. Plenty of space just for me, obviously more than enough space just for me. I could have easily done with 2 burners and an even smaller oven than this. Just your real basic low-end GE appliances that do a very nice job. The only real high-end appliance in here is this microwave. I guess they figure they primarily rent to college students. College students use the microwave a lot, so they really splurged on this. So, and they got this little track light. That's the only built-in light minus the one in the bathroom in the whole room. So, that's this part. Then when you come out here, you get to the living area in the room, which I've also gone out and done quite a bit with. Oh yeah, it's also worth mentioning I added this little cart for more storage and brought a griddle from home. When my parents get a new one, I took that one with me. Also took my TV and my stereo, which I hooked up as a sound system for it down there. It all kind of blends together on video because everything over here is black. Nice because it matches, but hard to see. And you see I have this thing all set up. I even found this little matching like felt thing with drawers that I keep all my cleaning supplies in. This TV, I have a one of those Blu-ray players that also plays Netflix and Hulu, which is really nice to have since I very rarely watch like regular TV. And I use some of the lights that Andrew gave me in back here, these fluorescent lights, to shine up the wall behind the TV just like I did in my dorm last year. I like that effect. That's just something I picked up at Target and I hung in a way. I thought maybe that would look like modern and good. Jury's still out on that one. Oh yeah, and just for Andrew, I'll turn his lights off, which I have connected to that floor switch down there that I just stepped on. And when I step on it again, the new one will pop right on. The old one will flicker to life. Got a fan in the corner for days when this gets a little warm or if I want to have the window open. Speaking of the window, here's the back side of the room. This is where I got a little creative ordering stuff on Amazon. I don't know if you remember from my dorm last year, I recycled this little black shelf. Got the printer on it, along with a bunch of my books and notebooks and all that fun stuff. I used my old desk lamp as indirect lighting to shine up this second column, which is squared off. You can see this is where a lot of the original exposed brick is, or air quote original. It looks like during the renovation they might have punched a hole out here and they filled it in with new brick. And you notice here, this brick looks like it was coated in paint and they must have power washed it off or something and gotten the majority of it off to give that old look. This part, it looks like they put new brick in and painted it and then power washed it off to try to make it match. Works for me, but it does look kind of funny. I guess it gives it character. And you can see over here, they must have had to replace these windows. The windowsill itself looks original, but if you look up the side here, a lot of these bricks are definitely put in, so they must have resized the window or something. It's pretty neat trying to figure out what exactly they did with this place. And then you can see I've got this is the mini blind that came with the place. Got the window here. If you lift up on this handle and the one over there, you can push it open, but since it's raining, I don't really want to do that. I look out here on the parking garage, lucky me. You can see also the dumpsters, all that fun stuff. That's the pet relief area down there, which ironically is the best thing I have to look at out the window, as well as some kind of transformer or something else. And if you look through the garage, you can actually see the abandoned Federal Mogul plant over there and the Goodwill warehouse that's behind it. Obviously the Goodwill warehouse has been repurposed. That Federal Mogul plant, they're talking about actually tearing down and turning it into a IKEA, Target, and the whole shopping center over there. Anyway, in the back of the room, I've got my swivel chair from home. I also got this little glass desk. Great deal on Amazon if you can find this model. It's their top-selling computer desk. It's nice and cheap. It gets the job done real well. It's a little hard to keep the glass clean. And the one thing it didn't have was very much storage in the way of like drawers and other stuff. I do have a mouse and keyboard on the way that I can use with my laptop. They're ordered, not here yet. And this little shelf that looks a little awkward that I have next to it is actually part of an old desk that I used to have. I took the main part of the desk off and kept this, so I have my area to keep stuff, a little more space on the top, and it just blends right in with the new desk. It couldn't have worked any better. And then I have a little table here that goes next to my recliner chair. This is another Amazon purchase for the room. And one thing you might notice if I go back here, I do like indirect light, if you haven't noticed, shining these lights up the walls. It looks really pretty on the brick, I think. All three of these I managed to link so they go on and off with the light switch. That wasn't tremendously easy. I had to run some wires around because there's only one socket there that works on that light switch. But I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. By far, this is the best housing that I've ever had. And the fact that I have it to myself is even more incredible. This is a real nice place. I would highly recommend it to anybody coming to SLU. And once I move out, I'll actually disclose where this place is. So, hope you enjoyed this little tour. I'm real happy with the way I set it up. And I guess that's it.